I had a dream that I was at my old church, my old school, and they had done some renovations. Don't have any contact with them, so I don't know what, but I know that I've seen they did renovations, say 20 or 30 years ago, and they're doing some more renovations. They're building a whole field now. And I had a dream that I was in there and they were doing even more construction. I was walking past rooms, empty, big rooms, like from here to that tree down there. There was concrete floors and cinder block walls and... Toby! 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 Toby, come! And I would see some workers here and there. There was lots of maintenance. There were meetings of maintenance men, meetings of teachers, meetings of staff. There was a lot going on and a lot of... Toby, come! A lot of construction. And obviously the church was getting bigger. And we know the church is getting smaller, at least in most of the church is getting smaller. We have people leaving who aren't, okay. Jesus started a church, the Catholic Church. Jesus died, rose. Jesus is the Son of God. That seems pretty clear. He did things, miracles. He spoke in authority. He forgave sins. Then he started a church and he left that church with a group of people who spread that church today, whose main grouping of people that are listening to him rank in the billion, and whose secondary group who don't want to listen to everything that Jesus' church teaches, ranks another billion in number. So if Jesus rose from the dead and is clearly God, and Muhammad didn't do that, and the Buddha didn't do that, and no other religion... Toby! That dumb dog is in the woods with a fox. Come on, let's get him, come on. Toby! I swear. Toby! Toby, get over here! Come! Oh my gosh. You dumb dog, you want to get eaten by a fox? Get over here! Excuse my... We'll not call this anger. We'll call it my urgency. Toby, get over here! I've never seen him do that before. And I thought I saw some motion in there. This could have been anything chasing him. Dog, do you want to be somebody's lunch today? Get over here. So Jesus started a church. Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus is God. Jesus started the Catholic Church. How complicated is this? Match the religions up and side by side and look and see which ones make sense. Does Thor and Odin, look at the whole myth and tell me how that makes sense. Where is the history in these things? Jesus is clearly a real figure. Anyway, so my point is that if you really looked at this, at least from my perspective, it seems so obvious. And how can you leave the church Jesus started? And so anyway, in my dream, my old parish was getting bigger, while we know that the church as a whole is getting smaller because people just... I'm just going to say it. People aren't that smart. It's not brain surgery. The guy rose from the dead. What What do you miss? What am I missing that is not obvious? He rose from the dead, witnesses saw it, and then instead of saying they didn't see it to save their lives, they were willing to be boiled in oil, had their heads cut off, had their skin flailed off, shot with arrows, beheaded, all for the sake of the church, for the sake of Jesus. That's witness. That is witness. Those are witnesses. When you're willing to give up your life rather than deny what you saw, or rather than deny Jesus and his church, then I just, yeah, people who leave, it's just, you're just not putting the time, it's lazy. You're not putting the time, you're obstinate perhaps, or you're not putting the time, or you're not using your brain. You're not willing to look at two sides of an argument. You just hear, oh, the church, some priest did this, or oh, something happened with the Crusades, or with this. Look at the other side of the story and then tell me which makes more sense. What you think you know about the church, or what the history, what the church's perspective. You can't make a decision by hearing one side of a story and then say, okay, well, that's what it is. I'm out of here. Anyway, so while we know the church is getting smaller, some parishes are getting bigger. And in my dream, my old parish was one of those.